In recent months, there's been talk of a Gaelic crisis in Scotland, based on a study that predicts Gaelic may be disappearing across the country. I am not a Gaelic speaker, but I have spent 5 years researching bilingualism, and as a Swedish native speaker who's lived in Scotland for over a decade, I am intimately familiar with what it means to communicate in a second language. When we talk about bilingualism, we often assume that people are equally fluent in both languages and use them equally often, whereas the reality is that the majority of bilinguals are, more often than not, more proficient in one tongue than the other. While a handful of people will use both languages equally often, others will use one language more frequently than the other. The question of how frequently a bilingual person uses a particular language brings us back to the decline in the number of active Gaelic speakers in Scotland. Despite the ubiquity of bilingual English-Gaelic road signs throughout the breathtaking landscape and the historic presence of the Scots language, Scotland has remained mostly monolingual. This in itself is not surprising. Just seeing a language pictured has little use in terms of learning. We need to actively use a language to accomplish this, and perhaps more importantly, continue to use it. And this will be vital if the Gaelic language is to endure.